สวัสดีค่ะ and welcome to Thailand News Update. In today's news, updates on international traveling protocols for vaccinated travelers within ASEAN, Phuket Zoo giving away its animals, and Thailand to be a global center for herb production by the year 2037. All that and more coming up. Much like Thailand has suspended its Test and Go program that allowed vaccinated travelers to enter the country with only one night of quarantine, Singapore is also putting their quarantine-free travel plans on hold for now. The Singapore government has stopped ticket sales for flights and buses under the Vaccinated Travel Lane program for 1 month. That started yesterday. The VTL program created the opportunity for travelers from approved countries that are fully vaccinated to enter Singapore on certain flights and buses without the need for quarantine. Not too far away, Indonesia has also barred travelers from Denmark, Norway, and the UK, aside from 10 African countries already banned, and extended the quarantine period for all arrivals to 14 days. The Indonesian government decided to add Denmark, Norway, and the UK to the no-entry list as Omicron has been spreading very fast in all three countries. As the government winds back the Test and Go program for at least a few weeks, Phuket seems to have emerged as a slight winner in this mess, with the Phuket Sandbox remaining open. The Phuket city mayor is jumping on the opportunity and says that the way to keep the slow flow of tourists rolling in it is to promote cultural tourism to lure domestic travelers who tend to prefer the history of Phuket town rather than the West Coast and Patong. He said local tourist leaders must stimulate the domestic tourism market, especially in Phuket town area, with its diverse cultural attractions, unique traditions, and lifestyles. The city has also ordered another 255 CCTV cameras to be installed, as the mayor believes security will make travelers feel more safe and confident in visiting the city. With the Phuket Zoo closing, Wildlife Friends Foundation Thailand is coordinating the custody and care of 11 tigers and 2 bears, the largest rescue of its type. The WFFT, well known for their wildlife animal rescue, says they will take custody of their 11 tigers from the controversial zoo. The director and founder said he is busy making preparations for the transfer of the animals to their new home, working with the founder of the Elephant Nature Park to ready land in Phetchaburi, especially for the new feline residents. The COVID-19 pandemic shut down so many businesses for the better part for 2 years, including plenty of tourist-driven animal attractions like zoos, wildlife parks, elephant conservation sanctuaries, and more. The Phuket Zoo, which has plenty of controversies in the past, has now buckled under the weight of the pandemic, unable to keep feeding its collection of animals. After a national manhunt was launched to track him down, a 29-year-old Israeli tourist who escaped his arrival hotel before his positive COVID-19 test results came back has turned himself in on the Gulf island of Koh Samui. The man had landed in Bangkok on December 17th and had left his overnight quarantine hotel before his test results arrived, confirming that he had the virus. Police had tracked the man, who had originally told the hotel he was visiting a friend in the hospital before never returning across the country from Bangkok, where he arrived, to a failed attempt at hiding out in Pattaya, and finally to Koh Samui, where he turned himself in just after noon yesterday. Failing to comply with disease control measures and the emergency decree carries a stronger 40,000 baht fee and up to 2 years in prison. After neighbors complained of a Pathum Thani condo in a luxury building making excessive noise, police checked it out and uncovered a local drug dealing operation on top of the noise violation. The investigation led to several arrests. The Pathum Thani bus recovered marijuana plants and imported heads. Other paraphernalia and evidence was seized too. A 24 and 26-year-old then helped police arrest another 4 people dealing marijuana. Whilst the use of medical marijuana is now legal under licensed medical supervision, recreational consumption is still illegal in Thailand. The Omicron variant of COVID-19 has now been detected in 95 countries. Thailand, late to the party, but is now starting to see a sharp rise in cases. 104 Omicron variant infections have now been detected in Thailand. Most of the infections are currently receiving treatment, though some have recovered already. According to the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, the Omicron variant is far more transmissible than former variants and has already been found in 47 of the 50 U.S. states. 73% of all new COVID-19 infections in the U.S. are now of the Omicron variant. Israel is not allowing its own population to travel to Omicron risk spots like the US, UK, and Russia, as well as many countries throughout Europe like Portugal, Morocco, Germany, Italy, Switzerland, Hungary, and Turkey. Don't believe everything you hear, even if the voice telling it to you is the computerized one in your GPS system. A truck driver learned it the hard way yesterday after blindly following his GPS voice instructions, ending up with his truck becoming firmly wedged under the overpass of a highway U-turn in Nonthaburi. The 56-year-old Thai man was driving a large shipping truck that is over 3 meters high. He told police he was just doing what the GPS told him, which directed him to drive his truck down a highway and do a U-turn exit under the Klong Bangkok Noi bridge. He drove right past a sign that warned that the underpass had a clearance height of only 2.1 meters. The 3-meter-high truck didn't manage to fit under the 2.1-meter-high bridge and, well, it ended up firmly wedged. Police turned up, organized a tow truck, and after 20 minutes of wrangling, they were able to extract the truck and its mashed-up container. The 18th National Herbs Expo is now taking place at Siam Paragon Shopping Center in Bangkok. Organizers hope that the event will contribute towards making Thailand a global center for herb and wellness tourism. This year's National Herbs Expo focuses on promoting the commercial utilization of the hemp plant in health-related industries and in wellness technologies. The event also aims to reinforce the grassroots economies and facilitate connectivity between community networks and wellness businesses. The expo features food, beverage, and cosmetic products with the hemp plant as an ingredient. A counseling center is also available to advise entrepreneurs on the entire scope of the hemp business. Health clinics staffed by practitioners of Thai, Chinese, and alternative medicine are also on hand to provide healthcare advice. A total of 300 rare herb saplings are being given to visitors each day. The government is determined to promote the cultivation of herbs as a source of income for farmers and as a means of lifting people out of poverty. The government hopes to make Thailand a global center for herb production by the year 2037. And that wraps up the morning news for today. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel to keep up with all the latest news around Thailand and the region. Also, visit our website at thethaiger.com for more news throughout the day. I'm Natty from The Thaiger. Sawadee ka.